Okay, so did not know how I was going to record this. I've literally taken off like the last 2 days for the sake of my own mental health. I haven't made anything creatively because I've been in an emotional state. I made a couple of points that I wanted to talk about. Basically, the last 2 days have been emotionally, mentally draining because so many of us are tired. We are tired. We are tired of our people dying. And it's just gotten to the point where we can't do it anymore. We're tired of just sitting around and seeing a new name pop up. These people are more than hashtags. They're more than a picture that we see, that we repost on our stories. Like, this is a lot. We're tired. We're tired. When I tell you, like, me and my friends have done so many mental check-ins on each other, and they have conversations to the point where it's like, when does it stop? Like, what more has to happen for you guys to just stop? And it's tiring. It's tiring. It's exhausting. And I know this is going to come off some sort of way, but I'm not mad at the people who are protesting because they are tired. This is the same city and state that Philando Castile died 4 years ago. I remember when Trayvon died, and I was like 15. He was a couple of days older than me. And I keep thinking, what if there was a video for him? You know, we thought after Trayvon there would be some change, but here we are 8 years later, nothing's changed. Nothing. And here we are. There's video of George Floyd's murder happening. I only saw 2 seconds, but it was enough for me to hear his voice. And that is traumatizing. I'd never seen a video of someone's execution by police until recently, up until now, because I was avoiding it, because even though, yes, I understand that video is the evidence to seek justice, it's also traumatizing. It is traumatizing. And then the photos going out everywhere. It got to the point where I had a freaking nightmare that was my brother. Because my brother goes out to jog every day. And he actually called me and said, I understand why you're on my ass all the time when it comes to calling you and mom, because this stuff is happening. And it's a lot. And I ain't trying to cry on camera today because I'm out of tears. And the irony of this is I was talking about me being pulled over on Sunday, and then Monday these 2 instances happened. The George Floyd murder, and then the incident in Central Park with Amy Cooper and Christian Cooper. Let me just get onto the Amy Cooper shit first. Amy Cooper used her privilege to incite fear in this man because he asked her to put her dog on a leash, which is a rule in Central Park. She is now jobless. She has to return her dog, and she's banned. And people were saying, oh, well, that's too much. And she's saying, my life is ruined. You knew exactly what you were doing calling the police. And I seriously want to see her receive some charges for falsifying a police report. You were wanting to ruin a black man's life because you didn't want him to tell you what to do. That is plain out simple. And now we are and then as this is happening, George Floyd is at a corner store. He is allegedly accused of writing a bad check for $20. And basically the police is called. And, you know, people, it's the same rotation. We have this happen. We see the video. We want justice served. Then the media puts out content of, you know, videos before the incident to try to show that he was not complicit. He was complicit. He did not resist arrest. He did not resist at all. It's the media trying to put the victim as an aggressor. It happens every time. We see the rotation. It's literally the incident happens, public outrage, media coercing of victim to aggressor. We get either an arrest or announcement of no arrest. And if there is an arrest, there's a trial. And then once we get to the trial, there's no sentencing. And then as soon as that ends off, we see another death. It's literally a rotating clock that we've been in for years and years and years. And as we speak, Minnesota is literally burning. We have LA having protests and they're burning. And people have found the address of Officer Chauvin because all the officers got doxxed. So I don't know why the police decided to release the names today. Everybody got doxxed at this point. Here's some stuff I wanted to talk on. I'm going to say, not all white people are racist, yes. But there are white people who say that they're for the people on social media, who have black friends, who have black family members. Hey, maybe even have a black husband or wife. But they basically are silent when it comes to these issues. They have family members around Thanksgiving table say all this shit instead of checking them. They're complicit in it. Complicit is silent. So if you want to be an ally, call out that shit. Call out the wrong that you're seeing. Because you being uncomfortable with the conversation and not talking about it, that's you contributing to the problem. Plain out. And if you have a problem with that, unsubscribe, unfollow me, because we're tired. We're done. It's 2020. This year has been crap as it is. And the fact that this is the tail end of the month, literally, we're just tired. We're tired. The fact that it's happening in the middle of a global pandemic is just shocking to me. And you know what? I saw the videos in Minnesota, and the amount of black, brown, and white people, it just shows that people are tired of this shit. People are tired. And then everyone wants to be like, oh, well, all lives matter. You saying all lives matter shows that you are being ignorant to the thing that's happening. Yes, every human life matters. But tell me this. If you're white, when you get pulled over by the police, do you think that your life's going to end? When you go to work or you're jogging and you see a cop car pass by, do you think they're going to stop you and ask what you're doing here? Do you live here? When you go out into the city, if you go to work and you're trying to get into your building after your break, do you think security is going to stop you and ask, and tell you can't come in? I want you to ask yourself that. If you never had to deal with that, that's because you have the privilege of not having to worry for your life, because your life is seen as valuable where mine is not. And I know people don't want to bring up the idea of privilege, but you have to sadly accept the fact that your skin tone gives you a privilege to where the police don't bother you. They see you as a valuable life, and they know just by your appearance that you're a good citizen. Whereas to me, a college-educated woman who is from a good neighborhood can be assumed for as a prostitute, a drug dealer, anything out of the book. The amount of times that I have been profiled, followed around the store, basically my car being followed on my way home from the grocery store, I can name everything. And I know people haven't talked about this more, but this is the reason why we have to vote. We have to vote for people that are actually for us, because the DA, the senators, and the governors, the mayors, the people we vote in, they create these policies that protect the police. The Minnesota mayor, who is asking for these people to be arrested, he's the person that invested $8 million into the police department. So yeah, that's a little fun fact for you guys right there. And again, speak up. Speak up against these injustices. And the thing that is really messing with me right now is that we're at the point of discussion where everyone, it's become an oppression Olympics. And I'm saying Oppression Olympus because people are asking, well, why should we care about this man? What about Breonna Taylor? We were protesting Breonna Taylor the same time as Ahmaud Arbery. And the fact that a lot of these names get lost in the rotation shuffle of these events happening, it's bad. All of these people need justice. Breonna's boyfriend, the charges were just dropped today. I know the family is still seeking charges. Ahmaud deserves justice, Breonna deserves justice, and George deserves justice. They all deserve justice. And I'm not liking the fact that people are calling this a black man's issue. This is an all-black issue. People who are saying, oh, I'm not worried about my sons. You know, the most likely thing that killed them is black-on-black crime. You think because you're going to live in a good neighborhood that your son's going to be subjected to this? No. They're everywhere. 12 is everywhere, and they are literally hunting us. So you can just sit back and say, oh, it's not my fight. No, it's going to be your fight. This is all of our fights, because if we sit around and just say that it's their problem, we're being compliant. We're aiding the problem. We're not helping. And it's sad because it's going to take stuff where it happens to someone you know, or it happens in your community, to actually be like, okay, I said something wrong. This is just messed up. And the thing is, people want to completely disregard it because he had a white fiance. It's just, why? And the people saying that are the ones that haven't even watched the video. Do you know how traumatic that is? This man's death should not be disregarded because of the person he was with. Like, seriously, it's gotten to the point where we have to argue about it. It's just, this is the reason why we can never get shit done, because we cause division in our own community every time. And it's draining that you gotta argue with people who basically are on the side of the police. People who have to argue with people who are on the side of following the law. People are on the side of, you know, basically pro-women against the black man. And it's just like, your interaction with a handful of men should not be representation for the population. I say this so many times. There are good black men out there. Do not count them out because of one bad apple, okay? And to shift gears on that, I also want to talk about, that I didn't bring up in the Amy Cooper conversation. I know y'all upset over the whole thing with Karen, but the thing you do not understand is that one person, one Amy Cooper, can basically screw it up for the rest of y'all. So instead of complaining about it, say, oh, this isn't me. I would never want to be in that, and this is wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. My nose is a mess. My allergies kicked up this morning, and, you know, that's why I even struggled to do this video. But, all these people that have died within the last month, they deserve justice. And we're tired. Like, instead of getting on our soapboxes and make videos of, you know, this is why this is happening over and over, or making videos of, this is the black man issue. Instead of basically getting on your soapbox, how about you go elicit change? Sign a petition, call the DA office, you know, basically make your voice heard. Use your voice for something productive. Okay, I've already signed a petition. I've called the DA office about 3 times already today. We can't just sit around and just wait for the news cycle to pass anymore. We're done. We're tired. We're at that point where they've poked the bear too many times, and it's just exhausting. We're tired. And we need to see some damn change happen.